Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Gold Coast vs Hawthorn game, going through who went well, who didn't go so well, and who should we be really targeting. There isn't much to really target out of this game, to be honest with you. I mean, just looking here quickly before I switch it over, Will Day played a more Sicily role, but that's only going to be there for another 2 weeks, so I wouldn't really be targeting that, as you'd be just trading into another trade. Hardwick was alright. Scrimshaw, MP, I think, is sort of similar as well. Mitchell I traded out, but he did make 91, so he did make a little bit of cash, but I don't think there's much more for him to make. And then on the Gold Coast side, you got Fiorini 115, Ash Ainsworth 110, Anderson 107, Powell 100. There's not really much to be there, so yeah. Let's get into the video. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Fiorini 115, pretty good first, and then last, but not really anything to really look at here. I think it was just one of those games where guys got a lot of loose marking and stuff like that, and I don't think Fiorini is a good enough option at 577k. It's not like someone's come back in or from injury, etc., and returned. He's already had 7 or 8 weeks back into the side, etc., and it doesn't look like there is major change in his role, so I think this is just a fluctuation. You got Ainsworth 110, pretty good first 3 quarters, then fell away. Anderson 107, good last quarter, but I wouldn't really be looking at him, to be honest. I think there's better options at 860k, and we also have Took coming back soon. Powell 100, McPherson 97. He did alright, but honestly I just don't like McPherson in non-marking conditions. Flanders 94 is interesting, but I wouldn't be going for him, to be honest with you. Ellis 85, Witts, Rosas, Lukosius, Rowell, again a very dip for Rowell 68. Weller 66. I think he got put on ice, to be honest with you, or just didn't do anything in the last. Basically played 2 quarters and did and got to 66. Casbolt 66 as well. King, Collins, Ballard, Mac Andrew, Long, Owaia, Holman, Swallow, and then Atkins was annoying that he got 31 in basically a quarter. They shouldn't have put him as sub in the first place because they needed someone else. They ended up winning the game, but I think they should have put Weller as sub and then decided to bring him on for a quarter or 2 in his return game rather than starting him, as I think they would have got more purchase out of Atkins, to be honest, and more longevity, as it does look like Weller had a lot of restricted minutes. But anyway, that's probably just my fancy bias. Moving on to Hawthorn, 117 from Hardwick. Good first and last, but not really much else to talk about. I don't think he's going to do too well when Sicily comes back. I think Sicily comes back, and I think he's a must late game for fantasy players. Will Day 116, he's been a surprise packet this year, but 50 points second and sort of rode that out for the rest of the game. Didn't really do much else outstandingly. Sort of played that into the midfield, and then sort of played a Jordan Dawson type role, how he for a couple of weeks played in the midfield and then came back and took kickouts. So Will Day, yeah, I don't think he's going to be of value, as I think there's more consistent players, and I think this is an injury spike rather than an actual consistent role change that will occur. Then you have Scrimshaw, MP 108. I think he's going to be one that some people did profit off him during the buys, as he made around 160, 170k, but you can never sort of predict that. But yeah, he did really well sort of around that buys time, and yeah, so he's at now over 700k. Mitchell here, he's in the 560s or 570s, I believe now. Just had a good first half, was on 57, then fell away basically, and yeah, so pretty disappointing for some people who kept Mitchell, as I think a lot of people were expecting, especially after half time, that he would go on and make a 110 sort of score, but then ended up 20 short of that. Newcomb 90, it's been sort of that type of season for him. Nash 80, Warple 80. Glad that I took out Warple a couple of weeks ago. Now probably almost 5 weeks ago now, as he's just gone and scored perennial sort of 80s, and looks like he's dropping in price now. Bramble 74. Moore's been really disappointing and not been the forward that we thought we could get out of him, but could be looked at next year with an 89 if he gets more midfield time. But I don't think he will, as I think they'll use Warple, Day, Newcomb, even Mackenzie. I think deserves time in that midfield. Then you got Amon, Lewis, Bruce. Weddle was a little bit disappointing. Mackenzie's break even is flying around, and 43 from him today, just didn't get involved. McDonald again, sort of 39, sort of how he was tracking last year. He had a couple of games this year where he's gone huge, but just couldn't get his hands on the footy, it looks like, at the moment. Kazitsky, 38, Frost, Reeves, Brockman, Butler, 25. So, he's going to drop through the... with him coming on as a sub, his break-even's going to fly up and he's going to drop in price dramatically. Blank, 23, just not a good rookie to have at all. And then Meek, 13, he's been really the big disappointment of the year. I think I haven't pegged it as like a top 4 or 5 ruckman, and the role is just not there for Meek. I don't know if he's happy with the role that he's got at Hawthorn. I don't think it's what he sort of expected to occur, but I think there was once I saw this stat in preseason on Twitter that like his hit outs to advantage and stuff like that, and stuff that wasn't fancy related, like specific ruckman type. I think that sort of made me realize that I don't think Meek's going to have the best role. And I think ever since that sort of week one-ish range, or week one in general, I think it showed to me that I didn't think Meek was going to be the guy this year. And I think he's had 2 or 3 good games, but outside of that, I don't think he's been the best. That's the end of this video. I'm just really figuring out that I'm really, really tired at the moment. So that's the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.